Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode of the vlog. Today we are travelling to Spain. Oh yeah! A couple of us are on a different flight from everybody else. We've got the lads and Barney to travel with today, and we're going to see what today is like. Oh yeah! And we finally made it through security. Unfortunately, my bag got searched. She emptied every single content of my bag, and for an Allen key that I didn't even know it was there. Absolutely excellent. But we found the Allen key, we found the culprit, and then put it back in the bag, and then put everything else back in the bag. Absolutely wonderful. But now we're going to find some food. Hopefully there's some Wagamamas, but we'll probably end up having some sort of fry-up, no doubt. Well, let's get to it. And we've not made it to the crew room. We've got a delicious breakfast. Went for a fry-up sandwich. Absolutely delicious. The classic when you're at the airport if there's no Wagamamas. But now it's time to fuel up, because then we'll put his fuel and then we'll get to the rest of the transport for today. And now, after our delicious breakfast, we get to wait for the flight. The three of us are on a different flight because we booked ours a bit late, so we don't get to travel with the team, or the rest of the team. So we get to wait a little bit longer for the flight. But now we're going to chat about tips for flying and travelling on training camp. We discussed a few. George, what would you say is a good
I would
tip?
say keep drinking lots of water. It's good. Plane is very, very dry. Keep hydrated.
keep hydrated, yes, because it depends. Well, it's always quite dry. The air is quite dry, so it's good to keep hydrated, especially when you're on a long day of travelling. Can keep the muscles loose, and you don't want to get thirsty and then have to rehydrate for the next day and whatnot. Cal, any tips for travelling?
Don't fall asleep during takeoff and landing. It's not very good for the ears. Which apparently is funny.
We think it's funny because I've never heard of it. But it makes sense. When you're asleep, supposedly you can't adjust the pressure, so it can cause damage perhaps to your ears. Another good tip as well is to prepare food-wise. So you don't want to have food when you, we've just had food for breakfast, and then the next time we'll eat an actual meal.
A bag of food.
The next time we'll actually eat a meal would be probably close to dinner time, just with all the travel. So you need to prepare food-wise. So you can either make the food at home, some sandwiches. What's your favourite sandwich, George?
Chicken bacon.
Chicken bacon sandwich. But usually go into one of the shops at the airport, get a meal deal, you get a delicious drink, maybe get some more water in that delicious drink, get one of your favourite sandwiches, maybe a triple decker, and then a little snack as well, maybe some fruit or a little bar of some sort, just to tide you over until you get there. So usually we'll get anywhere between 2 and 8 meal deals, just to tide you over depending on the length of the journey. And then you don't have to rush around. You can have one after breakfast for a snack, one when the plane takes off, one when your plane is flying in midair, one when your plane's landing, one when you get off the plane and you're travelling to the hotel, one when you get to the hotel. Then you can have dinner, and then you can have then you can have a snack post dinner as well if you get all those meal deals. But they're actually a reasonable price as well for what you get, so that's quite good too. So you're not spending an outrageous amount of money unless you do actually buy 8 meal deals. That's a lot of food. But
Costs 60 pence more at the airport.
and then it's quite good to have that prepared, so you're not rushing around. But as we travel through today, we'll see if we can come up with any other tips. And let's just... And so right now, we'll be waiting for another approximately 17 hours to get on the plane and then get to Spain. Hopefully no rain on the plane. Oh yeah! And now we've had a little tour around all the shops and we're waiting on the flight now. It does say it's closing, but that's another tip. The flight says closing, but there's a massive queue at the door. So yes, obviously we have to be on time and we have to pay attention to these signals, but sometimes just gotta relax, don't need to rush around. Mr. Rossiter's brother Matt likes to take his roller out, sit by the gate, roll around on his foam roller, really work on being loose and then getting on the plane. But the disadvantage of that is you might not get enough space for your hand luggage to fit in the overhead lockers, and that's always a disaster. But it's kind of what you're looking at. Can you stay on the plane for that little bit longer, maybe get a bit tighter, or do you want to be loose as possible? Maybe fill up your water bottle while you have some time. It's always a decision for you, but now it's time to get on the plane, are you?
Always get some paper. It's good to read.
And we've made it through security. We're going to wait and see where the other team members are. We think they're waiting on us. We don't have any hold luggage that's been sent in the truck while they were driving over the mountains to get here. But we're going to see what's up when we get out of the airport, wait for Mr. McBriarty, wherever he is, and fuel up, because remember, food is fuel. As you can see there as well, we've got George with his roller on the bottom of his bag. So at any point he wants to roll out, get a bit loose, he can. And we've made it to the bus. We've got the full one. Now time to have some travel and get to the hotel. Are you? And we've made it to the hotel here. We're going to just drop our bags off. Got Harry Glenister. We're going to drop our bags off and then head to the boats and then see what's there. Maybe fly the drone as well. But all things are go now. We've had a little bit of fuel because remember, food is fuel. But let's get to it. And now it's time to get the boats off the trailer with Edward. Oh, yeah. And that's us finished rigging for today. Lovely sunset, putting the boats together so we can get out tomorrow after our morning routine. Isn't that right, Ed?
Yeah, I've never been here before, so it's quite nice to see what it's like.
Oh yeah! And first things first, though, after rigging, we've got to get some more fuel in. Because remember, food is fuel. But that will be it for today's episode. Let us know about... Oh, before we finish, Ed, any travelling tips?
Stay really hydrated.
I've already got... I had that one.
Don't touch any like stuff that you don't need to touch in the airport.
Oh,
Germs.
yeah.
Take
Avoid
hand
the
gel.
germs. Take hand gel. That's a good one. But as always, Yam Squad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like button and have a good one. And we'll see you in the next episode whenever that will be made. Oh yeah!